This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below. Hey guys, Christmas Jimmy here and welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. Yesterday saw the long awaited release of the RSS GT1 pack. I was literally up at 11:30 last night, 12 o'clock midnight, sitting there just hitting F5 waiting for the release, and finally it is here. In its current state, the pack currently consists of 3 cars. One of those you can see in front of you now, the totally not listed Storm, the Tornado V12. We also have the Fruit Show 550, which is the Ferrari 550, and also a Vortex V10, which is the thick boy itself, the Viper. To test out this mod, I'm going to be swapping out my Santa hat for the VR headset, and we're going to be doing a 10-lap race at Donington against the other GT1s that are now currently available. And as you've probably guessed, I'm going to be driving my favourite wedge boy, the Lister Storm, because I have a thing for cars that weren't very good in the real world, and the Lister Storm being British as well and being such a glorious wedge, I just couldn't resist. So RSS GT1s at Donington in VR, I can't think of a better way to spend my Christmas Eve. Well, after what feels like an age, here we are finally on board in the RSS GT1 mod in our Lister Storm, waiting for lights here at Donington. Build the revs, clutch in, pull back on sequential shift, let the clutch out slowly. Big set of 11s left on the grid, and away we go then for 10 laps off Donington GP circuit. The Ferrari next to me deafening me, but what a good way to go deaf, eh? Down to T1 then. Nice and easy through here, just trying to look around, make sure I've got room both sides. Going to try and go inside the Lister, looking at my rear right quarter panel, but we're good. Now, down the Craner curve, look at that nice stream of GT1 cars ahead. What a lovely side that is now, up to the old hairpin, or down to the old hairpin I should say. Third gear through here, very slow through on the first lap. Going to try go around the outside, make up a place in this Viper. Nice, got that done I think he's still there on the, no he's there, we're past, good. Now up to McLean's third gear. Very tricky set of pulls this one. This and Coppice together, very difficult. Right on the back of this Ferrari in front. Now through Coppice. Late apex here, bring it in. Watch out for this gravel on the left, it will pull you back in. Nowhere to go. Hard on the throttle now, very short geared round here because this is pretty much the longest straight we go down. Up to 6th gear, top gear, 250 k's before braking down to the chicane here. Nowhere to go, again the Ferrari in front taking the line. Good run though, ruined by a bit of wheel spin at the back. Tyres not quite up to temperature yet. Down to the what used to be the Foster's hairpin. That used to be the old Foster's thing up there. It's covered up nowadays. Not sure if it's actually covered up in real life, but there it is. Made up a place as well. Now onto the back of Lister Storm friend. Almost 1 lap done round here. This circuit is just absolutely fantastic for these cars. It will be included below in the description. It is a mod. Go and get it because it's good and free, of course. You like that free word. Side by side with my fellow Lister, matching me on the upshift. He's now on the inside. Look at the flames being spat there from the exhaust. Sideman exhaust in these things. Gonna go side by side down the Craner curves. Not really the best idea. I think I'm past him. I think I've got him gap. He's still there on the inside though. I've got to give him a bit of room in case he comes back at me. No, we're past now. Good. Old hairpin again. 4th gear this time. A bit more room. Get on the throttle. Let the car move. The car moves around a lot. In mid-speed corners, makes you feel like it really is alive. 5th gear now. Back to McLean's 3rd gear. A bit of understeer on the way in there. Could use a bit of a curb on the exit, not too much so it does become grappled very quickly. Again through Coppice. And I'm just loving driving this Lister. That glorious V12 taking away in your ears. I'm going to shut up for a second so you can hear it actually. Vapors. What a noise. Of course, externally following the Ferrari V12 around, and the totally not Ferrari and the totally not Viper. Very distinctive in both driving style and in sound and appearance, of course. Trying to keep our throttle through there, right on the back of the Ferrari. Let's see what we've got compared to this Ferrari, shall we? Look at it just pulling away from me, even with my 800 newton meters of torque and 650 horsepower. I cannot keep that Ferrari in a straight line. The Lister Storm, definitely my favourite out of the pack. It's just, it feels unrefined. It feels raw, which is why I enjoy it so much. Oh, that Ferrari noise as we pass down on the way down the Craner curves. What a noise that is. This whole mod just makes me fucking hard, I tell you. Back up the hill. Target locked on the car in front. These short gears really help the Lister around here. Usually the Lister, I think, is as I said, it's probably the most unrefined car. Easiest car to drive in the back is probably the Ferrari, and then you've got the Viper, which is somewhere in between. Also, the Viper is an absolute bullet in a straight line. Lister probably the slowest. But look at that awesome bonnet hump there in VR. Oh god, I love VR so much. And the great thing about this is, well, okay, it's sort of good and bad news. The good thing is my wheel is pretty much the same shape as the wheel that I see on screen for my extra immersion. The bad news is my shifter is in the wrong side, because we're in a superior British right-hand drive car. I've got my shifter set up for left-hand drive. I've betrayed my country, I'm sorry. Please, no accelerator. Look at that Scottish flag on the side of that 550. A little bit of a nice touch there to the Colin McRae livery ran, or the Colin McRae F50, not an F, it's just a 550 ran at Le Mans back in the early 2000s. But sorry, Colin, we've got places to be. I say that, I can hear him. There he is, there's the nose, he's staying with me. On the inside of the T1, look at those brake discs glow. Such detail in this mod. Thank you very much, though. I'm going to go around the outside, better run off there, try and use some of that grunt. He's still there on the inside, finally we can cut onto our line. Still getting a bit more spread out now. We're on lap 4 already. Time flies when you're having fun. Back of the Viper, that low burble of the Viper on that massive displacement V10, something like 8 litre in that thing. Oh. This car is absolutely alive and I love it. Coppice again. Softly. Oh, very easy to get that wrong there and understeer onto the grass. Now watch this Viper in front. I've got a slipstream. Doesn't matter. Viper just starts to pull away again, even with my short gearing. Viper is just such a fast boy. Oh no, got that wrong. Luckily we can go over the chicane. That's going to allow the smiling Ferrari behind me to have a possible go down into the hairpin. Right to the outside, try and maximise our line through here, looking to the inside. Oh, right on the quarter now of that Viper, around the outside. Come on, go. Come on, talk boy. It's not quite enough to get through on the inside there easily, but we have the inside line for the last corner, so we'll take that away. Thank you very much. Now back onto our Lister friend. Show me the logo, he says. I'll show you my nose if you're good. This mod is everything that I want it to be. Of course, we are still due 3 more cars as well. A totally not Celine, a totally not 575, and a totally not, I forget the last one. What is the last one? I'll remember it in a second. Lamborghini. I mean, not a Lamborghini. So this mod is half complete right now, and it is still worth the money. This is another paid mod. I know I've done a couple of those recently, but I really think this is the sort of thing that is worth giving your money to. You support these guys. You bring the game devs attention to these guys. They're going to end up making content for the game officially. That's how it works. So. Big kick of oversteer and still got a right on the Lister in front. Fighting the brakes. How did we make that work? A little bit of brute force never hurt anyone. Now behind the awesome fake Oracle liveried Viper. How pretty that is. Oh, I love it. I've got a little bit of speed in that AR this circuit, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm just having fun with it at the moment. Anything we can do out of the... oh, he's holding me up right on the... Go, right on the line. Come on. And every time I get frustrated at AI and I slow up, I just remember that I've got a V12 under my right foot, and that makes it all better again. See you later, fam. Let's go! And of course, British Lister Storm at a British circuit with a thick Brit driving. This is pretty much my Christmas made, to be honest. This is one of the things I've anticipated the most this year, is the release of this mod. You might think, well, Jimmy has a lot of faith to put into a modding team, but RSS have just consistently put out fantastic content, and this is no exception. Oh man, right, okay, let's focus on catching these guys in front, shall we? Got a little bit of clean air, let's try and put in some quicker laps. Third gear through here. Now the rear end's moving around all the time. You have complete control over it though. I was saying that, if you give it a bit too much welly, you're going to end up facing the wrong way. Welcome to Jimmy Giggles Like a Schoolgirl. What this channel's all about. Looks like we're catching the cars in front. What lap are we on? Lap 7. We might be able to get onto the back of these guys. I love that it's sequential stick shift as well. I've got a bit of a hard on for sequential stick shifts. They're so much fun to use. Your gear changes feel so much more purposeful. It's very hard to describe. Well, that's bad through there, Jimmy. It's got a little bit overconfident there, and the front end started to push at the wrong line. And we take 5th through here. We can let that 800 Newton meters of torque take over. I'm sweating inside this headset just because I'm talking so much and having so much fun. It's just... the car moves around so much. And like, that is not a bad thing. This is a GT1 car, you know? It hasn't got all the downforce in the world. A lot of it is mechanical grip, and you feel that. Sure, you've got a little bit of aero, but not that much. You've seen the exterior of the Sister Storm. It's a wedge boy. It's got the only reason it's a GT1 car is because someone went, oh, we'll put a wing on this. And that's basically it. And a diffuser, which is just a plank of wood essentially at the front. Pushing through there a bit. Coming onto the back of these cars in front though. Checking the mirrors, we're pulling away from the guys behind, which is good. Looks like we've... oh no, big... oh, it's so easy to do that through there. Looks like we're catching up with AI of the higher variants right now. I love the detail on this Donington circuit as well. I can pretty much be there. Okay, nice. No traction control on this from what I know. I don't think this ever was around when traction control started to be run. Fairly sure there's no ABS as well, so it just makes for this fantastic experience. Of course, on the brakes you do have to blip on the downshift, as is the way with the older sequential boxes. Means you don't lock up the rear wheels. I don't really want to demonstrate what happens when you don't do it, because it's very hard to control. My line into McLaren's is awful. Luckily we've got a bit of runoff there to extend the track a little bit. Pop it again. So easy to run over this curb on the inside just like that and then ruin your corner. This is where you wish I had a bit of downforce, but it's fun just to dance the rear end of the car through there. I think what I should be saying really is that if you enjoyed the GT1s in GTR2, these are better. And that sounds like a given, because, you know, GTR2 is an old boy now, but these are better in every sense, you know, and this is by a modding team. I'm blown away by it. Kudos to RSS again. Just to remind me there that I have no traction control and a lot of power, and necessarily that I've got a V12. I might have said that. I love that. I love that I've got a feckin' V12. That's what bloody race cars should be. Getting all nostalgic for the old dinosaur engines now. The noise it makes, it just captured the brutality of it perfectly. The exterior sounds of this car are fantastic as well. What I'll do at the end of the video is I'll let that AI run a lap from the TV cam, and I'll show you what I mean by that, how good these cars sound externally. I think the interior sounds are probably maybe like a 8 out of 10, whereas the sorry, I could reach into my headset there. The exterior sounds are a 9.5. You know, they're fucking great. I love doing that. It's not good for my rear tyres though. Luckily we haven't got to go too much further on them. We are catching. Let's see if we can get onto these guys for the last lap show. A bit of a last lap showdown. Get an exit out of chicane. Bit of ground gained there. I guess we'll take second through here. Can we go around the outside? No, the front tyre's starting to moan a bit, although the Ferrari's slow on the inside. Listen to it! Sorry mate, my V12's better. British national anthem intensifies. Last lap. What can we do? Let's go ham, shall we? Brake late as I dare to. A bit too late. Ah, sorry, fellow lifter. Completely dive bombed him there, but it's the last lap, boy. Everyone for himself. Now Viper in front. Into 6th gear down the Carina curve. Believe the front end of the car will grip. It sort of does. 4th gear. Come on, go on the throttle super early there. The car wills you to go faster, even though it doesn't really like doing it. 3rd gear. McLean's. Yes, okay. Stoppiest, 3rd gear again. Patient, patient, patient. And nail the throttle. Onto the back of the Viper. Oh, straight line speed deficit coming into play a little bit. Close it in the braking though. 3rd through here. Throw it across the chicane. On the throttle already. Viper in front tries the same. I'm going to take that place. Thank you very much. Had to get past him super quick there. Okay, coming into the last couple of corners. I don't think we've got enough time to take this guy in front, but we'll give it a red hot go anyway. Try and get a good exit out of the last corner. Or do that, or ruin it. That's what happens when you don't blip. Good run though. Come on, Lister. Ah, not quite. Didn't quite get him. We come home in 6th place there. We gave it a red hot go, and yeah, we messed up the last corner, but had a good run out of it. Didn't quite get there, but guys, that is the RSS GT1 pack. For the love of God, go and support these guys, because the content they make, they are probably the best modding team in sim racing, and I have no problem with saying that on camera. But guys, if you enjoyed my video, then please think about hitting that like button, maybe subscribe too. Take care everyone, have an awesome day, have an awesome Christmas. See you all next time. Woo!